Yes, people. It's never a foul. It's your boy Kas, and today we have today, or should I say tomorrow, if you're in the UK, obviously got Chelsea v Arsenal. Are we going to see a stink show again, like the Charlotte thing? I don't know. Maybe Arsenal are not going to, turn up like they did in what's it called, Everton. But first and foremost, gotta definitely introduce my co-host for today. Actually, he's not my co-host; he's the host, and that is your boy Mo.
What's up, everybody? Excited for the game, even though it's preseason. We got a great panel for you, everybody, here on Never a Foul. We're ready to talk to them. They're going to give you their opinions. And then at the end, whoever's going to lose is going to tell you it's only preseason. And the one is going to win is going to tell you that we're going to challenge for the league. So we all know that's going to happen.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be staying out watching it, even though I don't support them. But they're going to get some guys that do support them. The first one, he's a bit of a joker. Actually, no, he's very funny. I've been on a few streams of him as it goes. I thought his name was Petros. Today, I found out his name is Peter. What are you saying?
How are we doing?
You excited for the match later?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Super indifferent about it, but that just means we're one day closer to the start of the season. So yeah, I guess why not?
It's a bit of I feel like there's pride in this game. Arsenal v Chelsea is always a thing, back and forth with the fans. Obviously, we can't just bring in a Chelsea fan in this. We're gonna have to bring in our boy that supports Arsenal. Obviously, he's not too far away. He loves Arsenal, and he's not shameless, but he's the guy. When it comes to Arsenal, he's that guy. And it's man like Bilal. What we saying? Excited?
What's up, everyone? Yeah, excited for the game. Let's see how it goes. Yes, as Mo said, if we win, we're winning the league. And if we lose, it's only preseason anyway. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. And here's someone I feel like I've been on a few streams of him now with Lewis. He calls himself the redneck, obviously. And I don't know, he's a lovely guy. His opinions you don't have to agree with them, but he don't care. And that's the best part about it. He don't care. His name's Alex, and he's here live. What we saying, Alex?
Big up, everybody. Happy Peter's here, so that joke's coming.
This guy, man. Give it 5 minutes. Give it 5 minutes.
Give it 5 minutes. I'm going to go through a couple of the comments first before we get started. Obviously, Mo's going to be there in a lot of the questions today. Guys, if you know anything with me today, I am deflated, but I am here today because obviously Never a Foul must run every single day. That's the difference. But big up Daniel. Says people hit the like buttons if you're in the comments already. Daniel said, who gives a S about Arsenal and Chelsea? If you want to go watch. Well, you're here in this stream, Daniel, supporting the stream, giving a crap about Arsenal and Chelsea. That's the difference right now. I think you do care. Eric, big up Eric. That's a Tottenham fan. Raheem, Noz, Neil James, Sid, another Chelsea fan. Big up Sid. Ilias as well. Gaetano, all the way from Italy. Keenan, he's in Seattle right now. Terrence saying shalom all. He's saying 5-2 Arsenal. Maybe. Gunavel, another Arsenal. So quite a few Arsenal people in the building. And a couple of Chelsea, which is nice to see. And big up Clinical and big up everyone that is here. So do smash the like button. Obviously, we can get this underway. Mo, what questions do you have for any of these guys? Take it.
First one is for Alex, to be honest, and Peter. Do you guys see this as an important game for morale after what happened last game in Charlotte? Or you think that this is just another preseason and it doesn't matter for you?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think we're close to, I understand we're 2 weeks away from the season, but yeah, we lost in a shootout. I don't know why we even had a shootout on Wednesday, if I'm being honest with you. I don't understand.
You left the stream. You didn't know that.
I had no idea. So I was like, oh, we lost? All right, cool, whatever. Look, our academy kids, for the most part, losing a shootout to Charlotte. I really don't think it's a big deal. I don't think their morale should be dented too much. If it is, that's a problem. But as far as today, man, just fitness. It's weird to see Chilwell playing again after what happened to him, but it's kind of nice.
Did he do his ACL?
Yeah, in November.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah, third week in November, he did his ACL, and now he's back.
I don't think he had a tear, so that's why I'm thinking that's not as bad.
Chilwell.
It was
Yeah.
not a tear. It was not.
It was not a tear.
Yes, Alex,
Yeah,
you're
that's
absolutely
why
right.
it was.
But the problem is they delayed the surgery so long because they thought he can come back early until there was no coming back, and they had to do the surgery, I think, in February. And this is why he's like he came at the end of the season. By the way, he was on the bench. I
No,
think, the
they've
last
done
game of the season.
surgery 2 weeks after the thing. They gave him 2 weeks. They done the surgery in December.
And then he came back the last game of the season, I think, right? He was
Yeah.
on the bench. Yes, he
Yeah.
was on the bench. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are excited about the left back, but I'm going to go to the other left back, Bilal Zinchenko. Are we going to see him today, or he's not? He's not on the in the roster today.
No, it looks like he should be in the squad today at the very least
Is the
because he was
starting 11
announced.
is up?
No, it should be in an hour, I think. Under an hour.
It
for
might.
him to come
I
on.
think
Oh, I
it
see
might.
that.
It might come in about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna look for
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
An hour and a half before, innit? So that's what I was gonna run the
So
team.
Bilal, are you excited about this? Do you think this is a game changer for you, being in the midfield or the left back? And do you think that this is someone who can actually challenge, like for that position as much for that left back with Tierney?
Luckily, we talked about this the other day, and luckily, Arteta said his main position is left back. So that means at the very least, hopefully, you think Arsenal will end up signing another midfielder. So there's no concern. Like, of course, when Zinchenko does play, he's going to be more tucked in, inverted, more in the half spaces. So I do think, yeah, we could see him today, maybe second half. I'd imagine he could come on. In fact, actually, Tavares is apparently going on loan. I'm not even sure if he's still with the team.
To where?
So
To where? To Atalanta, I think is.
Atalanta, yeah, it's a great move for him. To be fair, Atalanta.
How's he got that move? He must have an amazing agent.
Here's not even. I think it was the Atalanta guy saying that he followed him since he's in Benfica, saying he really is a massive fan of him. Even Brighton wanted him as well. So clearly he's got a lot of talent. It's just he is chaotic when you watch him play. That's why Arsenal can't.
He's so quick, bro. He's so quick.
He's physically.
This guy.
Insane, yeah. Both-footed sometimes.
I think this guy will fit more a back three, in my opinion. He can play the wing back. A wing back is going to be much, much better than a back four because his defensive abilities are not there, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way he was. I think the way he was brought up is just. It was very obvious from the first minute that the guy played. The positioning was not there for back four. Alex, are you worried at all about this? 2 weeks until the season starts. The team is not looking good. You're still lacking options up top after
We still
getting a
have
couple
players,
goals.
major players, still at Stamford
But
Bridge.
there's no striker still, Alex.
We have one. He's in.
Yeah.
He's at your club, Inter.
Exactly. Exactly. And today, man, he came in.
We're signing Ronaldo. We're signing Ronaldo at the end before the end of the window.
I think it's gonna happen. I'm not joking. I think it could happen. I think it really could happen.
I hope
Not Atletico.
will happen.
Nah, I don't think Atletico, bro.
Alex, would you rather have Alex and Peter? Would you rather have Ronaldo at the end of the window or signing Leroy Sané at the end, or something like this? I would lift another winger that can play on the left or something like this, or you would rather have a striker.
I would rather just not get Ronaldo, full stop. Whatever we have to do to not do that, I'd rather just keep going with what we have, to be honest. I don't think that solves as many issues as people like to pretend. In theory, it sounds good. I just don't think it would. We complained about having a non-mobile pressing striker forced onto our manager once. For him to opt for another one, unless Ronaldo scores so much that we just don't care, we're going to have to alter how we play or how we try and play. I would rather just hope for Havertz to become more clinical and our other attacking players to do what they're supposed to do than to spend all that money, spend all those wages, bring in Ronaldo for a year, and then have him try and run out the back door when things get tough again. He would just try to do the same thing to us that he did to United. So I don't want to deal with that.
What about you, Bilal? On attacking options, I haven't really seen much else going with since Rafinha. I haven't seen, but today, I'm not joking. I think it was about an hour ago. You lot apparently linked with Jared Bowen.
Those links were first. I think the Beautiful Game podcast, if you've ever listened to their stuff, they first broke that news about Jared Bowen. We will obviously have tabs on a lot of wingers, and he must be one of them. He plays on the right wing, left-footed. So you could imagine maybe he'll be an option, but I just don't see that really happening. How much money are West Ham going to ask for? What, 60 million? He's English,
Probably
right
more,
winger scored.
More.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening for. Not saying he's not been very good for West Ham, but he's not Rafinha, is he? He's not a Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry. He's not of that ilk to pay that kind of money for. So yeah, those links are there, but I don't think Arsenal go for him. But you never know, because there's no reason. There is definitely interest there, and there's definitely maybe some little talks with his agent, but I just don't see it happening, to be honest. Don't even see West Ham selling him in the first
Yeah,
place.
Are you gonna go to the season without any backup for Saka on the right side? This is it. This Saka's.
Look,
Pepe?
you listen to Pepe. Pepe looks like bro. This guy needs to go, man. I don't want to talk about Pepe.
Pepe, how can you go to the new season on Pepe? You can have a Langer if you want.
You know what's Pepe? You know what makes me sad about Pepe? Like, he just seems such a nice guy, but he's just not that level. Like the 72 million was a scam.
Vieira could play there.
Pepe is a nice guy. What?
Yeah,
Remember
he's
that
a Chelsea fan,
part?
you know. I think he's a Chelsea fan, man. You guys can have him. You give you 50 million, you know. It's Pepe, Sterling, come
We're
on.
not Arsenal. We're not getting. It's opposite. Remember, we give you shit.
Nah, only a few guys, man. Come on, man. Arsenal.
I can't lie. I would have Pepe at United right now. That's how much we're
I've
lacking,
heard so
man.
many United fans say they take him. You know,
I'll take him. I'm not joking. I'll have him for about 10-15 million. I'll take him.
He could be worth a gamble. I think Newcastle were apparently the other day linked with him. Sevilla, if they get rid of Kounde,
Sevilla?
maybe they'll.
I do like Bowen.
You like him?
Bowen at Chelsea for a long time.
He's very similar
Really?
to Salah, you know. If you actually look at the way he plays, very similar to Salah. Obviously not on the same level, but he does play that Salah kind of way, aggressive inside, gets him back. I think he'd be great at Chelsea. To be honest, I think that'd be a great signing for Chelsea. Just don't see it happening to Arsenal. I might be wrong. I just don't see it happening to Arsenal.
So what's it called? I was gonna say as well then. So if not Pepe, looks like he might be on the way out. Who else are you not going to be linked with? Because there's not a lot going on that.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Even for Chelsea, like you was linked for.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors of Sane, Alex. I saw rumors of Gnabry, and all of a sudden there's nobody else now. All of it, it's just gone. It's just died.
I think the key word is rumors.
Yeah, it is rumors. All of it.
But someone has to play, Alex. You have to get a forward. You can't just go in the season like this and having who scored the most goals last season.
How dare we can win a championship league without the forward? How dare
what championship?
we can do?
What championship?
Championship league.
The Champions League.
League.
You won the Champions League. Hold on, that was so different. That was so different. But you want to compete in the Premier League? You want to compete because in the Champions League, you can go to the Champions League and win every game 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah.
You can do that. But in the Premier League, you need someone who will give you double-digit goals to win the Premier League. You're not gonna.
I understand.
That's my point.
The knife is already in my back because Pete doesn't like Ronaldo. Why you keep twisting it? Why you keep twisting it? I know there is no striker. That's why I want Ronaldo. Because tell me the strikers on the market.
Oh, there was Lewandowski.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
It was Lewandowski.
Nothing.
What did Lewandowski say when he said that he wants to leave Bayern? What did he say? He said he doesn't want to go and ruin his career in England. He doesn't want ruin his scoring record. Pussy hole. He wants to go to Barcelona. He wants to go to La Liga.
By the way, Alex, you had the forward, which is I think. Even if you gave a chance,
I didn't want that donkey in my club before we signed him. I think I'm serious. The people that rate Lukaku are actually pissing me off because the guy is really, really bad.
Once he scores once he scores 20
I don't
plus
care.
goals,
Tommy scores double digits in Italy.
Just about.
Should have kept Tammy. It's a good player, man.
Here's the thing. Before Lukaku came, my thing was, if we not getting what's his name, the blonde guy with the blue eyes, the Winchester City. If
Haaland.
we don't get him, Haaland, I didn't want nobody. I want Tommy to stay.
What about Osimhen?
Because
What
there
about
was nobody
Osimhen?
in the market.
Osimhen is too
Haaland.
expensive. This
Osimhen's not that good, man. Honestly, the money they're asking for Osimhen and the way listen, he's an athlete. He's a physical freak. He's not a good footballer. This is my opinion. He's not a good footballer.
Oh, he is. That's what I disagree with you. He's actually has a very good touch.
Who?
For a big guy, very good touch.
Now Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Very good touch. And also he's young and he has the ceiling is up there. But anyway, Napoli are asking for like 90 million for that.
Yeah, that's too much. 50, 40, we can talk. I think
but
90.
They paid 75
40?
for him. They paid 75 for him a year ago.
I know that's like a Pepe deal. Apparently, it's a scam as well. The way they did it with Lille was like exchanging players. It's not even real money, man. Take the 40 million, De Laurentiis, please. And then
He's not going to sell him for 40 million. You're on drugs.
Well, we said that. We say that.
I'm saying
We
that's
say
what he's
that,
worth.
yeah. If you don't get linked with another player, Barcelona is going to come in and want him anyways. The guy that I see today, yeah, apparently you don't offer more money, and yet Sevilla are now accepting less money, like £40 million or something like that for Kounde. I don't understand that. As a Chelsea fan, how do you feel about that? Because honestly, Barcelona, I don't know where they're getting this money from.
A disrespect
It's
after agreeing
bad.
personal terms, man.
Do you go all out for Kimpembe now then?
Look, if Barca want to mortgage their future to sign some players in 2021 or 2022, let them. Like, it's cool with me. That's fine. Cool. When they go under in 4 or 5 years, I'm not going to cry about it.
Exactly.
Like, look, that's cool. If you want to mortgage your future and if you can convince
just
clubs
remember,
to less
Chelsea
money
will be
players,
the reason Barcelona will disappear.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Barcelona's too big, man. Barcelona's too big. They ain't going
too
nowhere.
big for
I
what?
mean, they're
too
selling
big to die, man. It's true.
They're selling off future earnings potential. So
let me tell you a secret. Tell you a secret. Remember how big were Leeds before? Aston Villa?
Yeah.
Before? Yeah. What happened?
This is Barcelona, man.
Remember how big Arsenal was?
We can say
we didn't die like that.
Remember how big Arsenal was? Yeah. You see that? You see, like, it's no such a thing.
You can say it's Barcelona, it's different, but if you're selling off your future earning potential, where is the money going to come from in the future?
Exactly.
How is that going to work?
I don't know with Barcelona, honestly. Terrence said Leeds weren't even that big. Cash will get the young by 2026. Don't worry about it. Before we get into anything, guys, got a question for the Chelsea lot as well. By I think Keenan. If you have come in here, do smash a like. If you want that ratio, you ain't earned that ratio king left yet. That title yet, guys in the comments. It's 28 likes. There's 40 guys in here, so it's growing. So do get along. We're gonna be going through the team sheet if it does come up in the next 13 minutes. I'm gonna suspect, or so minutes. It's gonna happen. I think it will happen. But do make sure you smash a like for these guys. I'm not too sure if it'll be an hour before the game. It's a preseason game. I think I've seen all games pretty much be.
It's a bit before.
It usually comes out early. It usually comes out quite early. But yeah, I'll be watching the game. But in the build up to it, it's like he's got a question. If anyone's got a question in the comments, do get them in as well. Now we're talking about the lineups. We're thinking about lineups. Oh, Guna Vettel says, question for the Chelsea boys: who would you take in the striker position? Obviously, other than Ronaldo. We're just talking about Osimhen then. So who else is there in a market? Because we just see Scamacca. Apparently now he's going to have his medical or whatever it is with West Ham. With also Kostic on the way. That's a total package of around, what, 50 million? 50 million. I got called crazy by him by the price, by the way. What did I tell you? I told you it'll be that price.
How much was he saying?
No, he said.
I said 45 million euros. I said 45.
I'm surprised at the price as well, to be honest.
The minute it goes to Chelsea, City, the price goes in 20%. The minute the Chelsea goes in,
PSG and City. You're right, Alex. PSG and City. Yeah.
West Ham, they're not going to charge a premium.
Yeah, it's
mad.
I remember the way
hold on, guys. The Chelsea people. If West Ham are signing Scamacca, that means Broha is still on the sheet. He's not going anywhere then because
the sheet is on the sheet.
Yeah, Broya wanted to force a move. You shouldn't have signed
Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm sorry. Can I quickly ask you two as well? Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
No, I'm leaving. I'm going.
Not at Chelsea.
It's Arsenal striker.
I'm leaving this.
We have Jesus, man. We're good.
It's not like this is the thing. I understand the options are slim, but signing a 9 for the sake of signing a 9 in the current climate, when we could get a potentially like wide attacking player and ship somebody like a Ziyech and a Werner and just addressing the 9 issue next summer makes way more sense to me. I understand.
You already got a wide player in Sterling. You already got.
I understand, but like
another one,
Werner and Ziyech, who are both terrible, right?
Are you finished, Peter? Sorry.
I was just gonna say real quick, like we need more reliable options up there. If we're gonna rely on Havertz, which I wouldn't personally do, but we're going to do, so whatever. Sterling is new. I understand that. Mount is probably going to have to play in the front 3, but like over the course of the season, we're going to need at least one other option we can look at and depend on, right? So Ziyech has all these links to Syria.
Pulisic,
I can't rely on him to stay fit for a week at a time. So cool. But like Werner,
he hasn't been hurt for a year.
Someone said about him he can't run in a straight line. Is that bad? The guy can't run in a straight line.
He just falls over.
What's the difference? Timo Werner only runs in a straight line, and it's it.
Timo Werner is my score goals, Alex.
We talk about
not bad shouts.
Chelsea needing goals in their attack. It doesn't make sense to rely on Werner and Ziyech. We can address that position, right? We need more goals in the team.
Yeah, what
about
Patrick
Schick is not a number 9.
I have only 2 options for Chelsea as a striker force. It's the 2 ways. We only 2 ways it goes. If we're not signing Ronaldo, under any circumstances, Broja does not live in the club. Because that's what I probably could have done. If Broja goes on loan or getting sold, the only option I can, it's either Ronaldo. I will even consider the Dracula, the ex-Liverpool player. What's his name?
Oh, Suarez. Yeah, Luis Suarez.
On free for 1 year until maybe because it's a World Cup year. There's some striker. There's always signings, new, briny, shiny signings after the World Cup. I just need to fulfill position for 1 year. That's it. If Broja stays, I don't need nobody. If Broja doesn't stay, Ronaldo or Vampire.
So
I have a question for Chelsea fans.
You actually rate Broja.
I actually really
I rate him too.
I rate him as well, man. I think
everybody rates Broja. Why the management are not seeing this?
That's why West Ham is buying Skameka, because we told them no to Broja.
It's not the coaching team that doesn't want Broja to play at Chelsea. Broja wants minutes, and I don't know why he thinks if he moves to West Ham, he's getting starting minutes all the time. I don't understand that part from his perspective, but he's on a 4-year contract. He can be a rotational player for a year. If he's unhappy next summer, then we can sell him. That's fine.
I can explain Broja. Look at his salary. He signed the contract last season before he was that good. Last season, he signed a contract before he went on loan. His salary is £8,000 a week.
Oh, cry me a river.
So now, after he became a little bit known player and other clubs for him, his family is the manager of him. So his family thinks that his salary will...
That'll be good signing that.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason Broja wants. It's not about the minutes. Because you think you're going to take away, what's the name? West Ham spot, forward spot?
Antonio. He's not going to... Antonio.
First of all, guys, to let you know, I'm the worst person on the planet Earth about the names. I will forget the name. Kevin will...
We understand.
Person talking face to face to him. That's just my.
Kas, before if you're gonna move on, I want to ask Bilal a question in the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Is it about the striker situation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
you go ahead. I'm gonna listen to your question.
I was gonna ask Bilal then. Like, you got Jesus. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't really get injured, but if he gets injured or doesn't actually do the number 9 required that you want, and he ends up moving to the right wing instead, are you really gonna be happy with your boy Nikita up front, number 14?
Same exact.
You know what? I am happy. I'm happy with him being there. I think he's developed so much in the past year that he's becoming a player where, listen, we've seen guys like Saka, Smith Rowe, when they come into the first team, they're just straight in and they're just growing and growing and growing. And Ketch's had to work behind the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette. And he's trying to break into the hardest position in the team, probably, which is the striking position.
He was not even there when Aubameyang was there. He was on loan.
No, he was on loan
to Leeds, wasn't he?
He went on loan to Leeds for like a few months in January, like 1 January.
He was bagging as well, if I remember.
He was doing all right, but Bielsa loved Bamford so much, man. He was putting Bamford on all the time. And Ketcher will come and get a goal.
True.
And put Bamford in the next game. But yeah, listen, I'm more wanting a right winger probably to help Saka than another centre forward at this point, because right now it's so fluid, man. Eddie's becoming solid. He's a solid player. His half turns are becoming really good. You can't really push him off the ball. He's tireless. He runs. And when Jesus and him get on the pitch, man, it's electric right now. Obviously, it's preseason, I know, but even Nketiah showed last season.
So that's mad. Then
I can see the Arsenal chest is raising, man.
Nah, listen, I'm not saying he is nowhere near. Listen, he's not Harry Kane.
The narrative of the Arsenal fans is like,
Yeah.
They had like, we want these young players to play together. They're great. Oh my God, we have the youngest squad in the league. We're gonna do this. And then when they lose, they're like, oh yeah, we have a very young squad. They still need experience. It's the narrative every season now for the last 3 years.
I'm looking at it like this. I'm saying we get a top class right winger to help, like,
or left
Saka.
winger. That's he's saying Keenan.
Yeah,
by the
or
way.
even left winger.
Can I ask you a question?
But more of a right
Can I ask you
winger
a question?
who can play both.
Can I ask you Arsenal question?
Yeah.
So when you sign in a player for the wing position and the player is about to go to Arsenal, what his think is going to be questioned to your coach? Like, what position do you see me? He's like, oh, you're going to be back up to Saka.
Maybe not. Maybe you're going to be so good on the right wing, you're going to move Saka to the left wing or something. Why not? You need 2 players in every position. That if you want to really challenge
you need a top class of players that don't go to the same position.
It goes back to the point we're talking about the strikers now. What striker is there really to get, apart from maybe Skamaka right now, who can maybe play number 9? Like, who else is really out there for Arsenal?
Striker. You're using Jesus as a striker.
Exactly. You got the best option. You got the best option. That you got the best option available.
Exactly.
So there's no one else available.
I don't think you need a striker for next season. If I'm being honest, like
I agree.
Jesus wanna be 9, guys. He wants to be 9.
If you were in Champions League, I would say maybe, but a lot of your fixtures are going to be Europa League and Cup fixtures, right? So like somebody, we can laugh at Nketiah getting the money, but like somebody has to play those. You know what I mean? I look at it kind of similarly to when Shaw was breaking through at Chelsea and we were in Europa League. If we weren't in Europa League, I don't think he would have played, right? But somebody had to play, so it's like there's the platform for him. As far as like a winger, it's tough to spend big money on somebody like a Jared Bowen, for example, right? And then one of Saka or Martinelli are out of the team. Having all this young talent is good, but they need the platform to play and develop, you know? It's like if you're Jared Bowen, you're one of the most in-demand right wingers in the Premier League. Do you want to go to Arsenal right now and potentially sit behind Saka? Best case, you force your way into the team, right? Like, cool. Or do you want to wait for a team with like an obvious need where you can start every week, like undoubtedly? It's also like, keep in mind, Arsenal aren't in the Champions League right now. It's not like you're going to play like UCL football kind of thing. It's like, Arsenal made the decision with Jesus. They said, we're going to go with him, whether we agree with it or not. Like, I think it'll work out for them. I think they'll be fine.
It's a perfect signing for us, to be honest.
They picked Jesus.
It's a good squad player. It's a good squad player. I wouldn't say you're getting Championship League next season. That's no way.
I don't like.
Can I say to you? Can I say one thing then on that one? Guna Lee, obviously, big up my guy. Thinks he's getting 3rd above Chelsea. But there's a bet. There's actually a bet in the spaces.
Good for him, man. But I think Arsenal made their decision, right? Like all the options were on the table. They picked Jesus. That's fair enough. You know, you want to build your squad that way. I think you need another wide attacker, somebody to like rotate. The trick is finding somebody to rotate and rotating all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Hold on. You guys don't think, Peter, you don't think that now with the Arsenal squad that they have today, the starting 11, they will get 3rd ahead of you or 4th ahead of you? You don't think that at all?
No.
I got a question. I got a question for the Chelsea fans. I got a question.
Hold on a second.
You guys are that confident. Your midfield. You guys complain a lot about Jorginho. You don't have a right center back at the moment. You don't have a striker, and you don't have. We
didn't have striker for years, man. Why you going about striker? We didn't have striker for years.
You need a certain type of striker.
It's not even the second year, Mo.
Diego Costa type, innit? Just to.
They need a certain type of striker, Chelsea, that's the thing. Chelsea without a striker for years. They do still get the job done.
For Chelsea. First of all, you win in Chelsea now, games. You win in leagues, not because of the striker.
Where were you going? Where were you going without the striker? Where were you going?
Hopefully to England, to Stamford Bridge after this game.
Like in the league when Lampard was doing that, Lampard had Tammy, right? And he tried him over and over again. It didn't work. And then he was leaking goals. And then when Tuchel came in, he closed the defense, played 3 in the back and all the stuff. So he was still like building the season. And at the last season, we saw how it went down. It went down, Alex, right? Middle of the season, it went down.
Look, I don't want to go into the reason it went down, but it was a reason. We had to play midfield players that we never. First of all, last season, it's not a 100% window of what Chelsea is, because for the COVID problems, and for midfield, we had nobody in ever had that many injuries in the same department. Ever. Like we had injuries in the midfield like crazy. And only then we start to go down. Then the Championship League second leg against Real Madrid, when we deserved the win, but we flopped it. That was the reason why it went down after that. Because we knew that we were on the top 4. It's just
disagree, by the way.
It's you can disagree to
no on the comment, not on you.
Arsenal's back 5. It's said Arsenal's back 5 isn't good enough. But go on,
there is a reason why Chelsea went down. Is because first of all, we're under sanctions. Fans couldn't go to the club. There's a lot of things that happened last season that will not. Arsenal was dancing at that time saying Chelsea's gonna get relegated. We're gonna be in a decommissioned club and stuff like that. But you see what I'm saying? It's always same thing. I think
have a question.
Still by the way, quick, you win leagues and you win sustaining games based on your midfield and the defense, not because of your striker. Striker is what Liverpool was before they got Van Dijk. That's what the strikers do.
I agree. Okay, Bilal, I want you to comment on you guys are if he's saying that means you guys are out of top 4 based on the Chelsea fans who are very confident. You guys are not getting no matter what you do, you're not getting top 4
automatically. I don't think they are automatically.
I mean, they still got Arteta in charge, in my opinion. I don't rate him.
By the way, they didn't have no games. They only have Premier League last season. Now
I
they
just
have
want to say
games.
we played.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I'm so glad someone highlights it. That isn't just
me.
me.
I was gonna say it. We played 63 games. We played 63 games last year. We played 63 times. We played 63 games last year in the last club season. We did. They played 44. Okay, that number is gonna rise. Our number is probably gonna get lower unless we get to the final of everything again. Then we'll play 63 again. Fair enough, like Liverpool did. Cool, right? So we played 19 more games than them. Had sanctions, a whole bunch of stuff off the pitch. From my perspective, outside of the first few weeks of the season, Arsenal had a fairly continuous season in terms of availability and form and just consistency and stuff in terms of things to expect, right? So from that perspective, cool. If Arsenal had no Europe again and just had the league, do I think they could finish above Chelsea? I think the chances would be higher. I would still say they're probably not going to do it. But I'm oh yeah, I could see it, right? I just think people are underrating the ability to train 5 days between each match and set up and play 14, 15 players for a stretch of half the season and kind of get away with it. Right. So fair enough. Arsenal fans, be confident. Cool. I hear it. I'm willing to take as many bets as you guys want to make on the side about league position. I'll take them all. I don't mind.
Can we get Bilal's opinion about this, guys, a little bit? Can we get Bilal?
Hold on. One quick. Remember one thing. Europa League still plays in the countries that over the Russia, and Russia sanctioned the airspace. To get to Azerbaijan, you have to go around Russia now. That's even more time to fly.
Hopefully you don't get any teams in that side.
I've got something. It's not fair, I'll get it. Bilal's by himself, so big up Bilal, obviously. By the way, guys, if you are here, there's half of there's 40 odd likes and there's 83 of you in here. Do smash a like for these amazing people. All their stuff, socials and stuff is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to Bilal's channel. It's not just Arsenal related. It's amazing content. And you can find Alex's, Peter's, and also Big Mo's here, his content down below if you want to see some Inter Milan stuff as well. And obviously all his socials. So do go subscribe. And obviously make sure you follow them. Give them a like. Give this video a like. It's not that hard. You know what? Booze and Bants is meant to be here to big up, to let, Bilal not taking everything. I feel like there's been a lot on Arsenal, but there's not really been much on Chelsea at the moment. And we have to consider now, Chelsea just lost out on Kounde. You just got finessed twice. Rafinha, now Kounde. Now Kimpembe is your next target. And there's quoting something. Kounde. No, Kounde is going to be... Bro, he's gone to Barcelona, bro. He robbed you. It's another hijack. I'm telling you now, Jared Romero, I don't like this guy, bro. I really don't like this guy, but he's got this one. He got the other one right. He's going to get this one right.
Absolutes, and we don't know. Just be careful.
Yeah, I know. Look, I feel like he should go Chelsea. I don't feel like he should go to a club that's going to liquidate or whatever you want to call it. My English is all off right now, but yeah, man, liquidate in the next 4 years or 2 years or 3 years. But the thing is, Chelsea are going to have to go for a Kimpembe, which is your other known target. And I
Or
still got a
nobody.
feeling that's what I'm going to say. Is that going to force you to a back four next year, maybe, with what you got?
Or
Is it going to
just
force
we
that?
have two youngsters that are actually good.
Yeah, Colwell, we don't know what we're going to see from him. Apparently, he's going to be
We
getting
know what
sold as well.
Chalobah does, right?
So people
Yeah,
not big
Chalobah's
on
very
Chalobah's
good.
Chalobah.
I
You know, the
like
Reece
I like
James is
Chalobah.
actually a
I
striker.
like Chalobah.
You know that Aspilicueta will not be let go then.
I don't know, but I just feel like Chelsea do need to reinforce the two signings that they obviously. I mean, the two players that did let go. Koulibaly's a big upgrade on Rudiger. No one can tell me different. I don't care. He's a beast in a back three. He does it for Senegal. He's a beast. Yeah, we can agree on that one, innit?
Do you think? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's. I
I
feel
think
like we're giving him
Rudiger-
too much.
I think Rudiger was so immense for Chelsea when he went to that three at the back. Like that guy
What?
was the leader.
Kimpembe
Man.
for 70 million
Like,
euros.
that's
What?
not worth it.
70 to
That's a
80.
rip-off.
Yes, bro.
It must
No,
be 40
70
million,
to 80. I think it's rumored that PSG want 70 to 75 million euros.
I don't have
Are you,
problems.
as Chelsea fans, are you going to accept that?
That's a
I don't
joke,
have
man.
problems with nobody coming because I know one thing: Tuchel can set up the defense. That's it.
He knows how to run a good defense. He's got.
So,
Peter, what about you? This whole Chelsea thing, like, it's taken a long time to get a lot of these signings over the line. Are you slightly worried, just a little touch, that deals are taking a bit longer than typically
No.
expected from the former Chelsea regime?
No, because we couldn't even sell pies outside the ground through the end of the season. We didn't know what the kit looked like until like a week and a half ago for this season. There's no one running the day-to-day of the club outside of the owner and the manager. Like, we don't have staff running things. This summer is always going to be just kind of like thrown together. Like, this isn't going to happen every single summer. Chelsea are going to appoint a sporting director before the World Cup. I'm assuming they're going to appoint a new batch of scouts. I'm assuming they're going to handle all that stuff behind the scenes. So even if the summer ends up being painful, like, hey guys, it's one summer, get over it. Like, don't hold the weird circumstances against the new regime. It's not like it was their plan to delay the sale until the sporting license ran out at the end of the season. If it were up to Todd Bowley, I'm sure he would have took over control of Chelsea in mid-March. We could have gone back to signing contracts of existing players potentially and put in some groundwork in terms of attracting new signings, right? Because if you're any decent prospect around Europe in the spring, why are you going to take a phone call from Chelsea? You don't know what's going on at Chelsea. No one knew Chelsea were going to even exist. So it's like, yeah, we started from, let's say it was like a 100-meter dash, and we started with everybody else 20 meters ahead of us. So you're playing catch-up. It's that kind of thing. So, like, it's annoying seeing Barca selling, like, earning potential and owing money to private equity firms as, like, a fan-owned club to, like, make money now. Like, that's kind of annoying, but, like, hey, that's their prerogative. They can do what they want. If they can convince Kounde to take less money, and if they can submit a bid to Sevilla that's admittedly lower than ours and get the player, I don't know how that works, but like, whatever.
I tell you how it works. It's called the Mafia of Barcelona.
The
Catalonia FC Catalonia Mafia is there and it's breathing, it's living. Don't you agree? What's it called?
Maybe their club is not appealing. Maybe the club is not appealing Chelsea anymore.
You know, Kounde was chased by Chelsea for 1 year, man.
One sec, Mo. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Arsenal might be a little bit more appealing than Chelsea these days.
Heritage.
Might be. It might be.
Heritage. It counts for something. It's true.
You think you think Arsenal's actually more appealing than Chelsea?
Well, in terms of the heritage, the history, Arsenal's
because that's what they're looking for when they go into a club.
Yeah,
but I want to see what they won in the 20s when the Bank of England owned Arsenal. That's what I want to see. When all the players were fighting in World War I, Arsenal is winning the trophies. That's what we want to see.
Listen, I don't even hate Chelsea, to be honest, even as an Arsenal fan. Maybe I should, but I don't really hate Chelsea. But, like, we've got to be honest. Chelsea,
I hate Barcelona more than Arsenal. I hate Barcelona.
I think most of us hate
Liverpool.
Barcelona.
I think we all hate
Liverpool.
I like that one, Alex. You agree?
Yeah,
I think Barcelona public.
I just think
public enemy number one.
No, but Barcelona are more appealing than anybody, guys. It's Barcelona.
Listen, Barcelona, Real Madrid, they want your players.
I get that.
It's the weather. It's the weather.
I get that, but like,
have you ever been to Barcelona? It's a beautiful city.
Surely, as a player who signs a professional contract, you don't want to go to Barcelona where they just might not be able to pay you in a year and a half.
Yeah,
like I understand players don't care. Fair enough.
Watch us sneak De Jong off Man United.
If you not do that, I'm not joking. I'll come streaming for a whole week. I'm not joking. Yeah, if this happens, if we're in for this deal, they owe him 17 million. Yeah, we know that much. And even if we do give him the money, and Chelsea like, yeah, you know what? Here you go. Here's some money.
Chelsea
You know, I see this happening, guys.
Chelsea
No, I
shouldn't
see
even
this
do that.
No,
happening,
you
guys.
don't. You're a Tottenham fan.
Nah,
You know he's a
Chelsea
secret
being
Tottenham
bullied too
fan.
much by
No,
Barca.
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
say the money
It's
now.
revealing
happening because London is more appealing than Manchester to live in my opinion.
Yeah,
Way
I
more
suppose it
appealing.
is, but to a player maybe, but I
When
mean,
Pep leaves
but-
Manchester City, there's gonna be like a crickets in that city. No football. It's like
wow.
sound of crickets, man.
I just
London's
feel like-
London's overrated, anyways,
Now,
man.
listen,
Kinda-
I don't know if it's just me.
to
I would
kinda
sign
spin
for
it
Man
back to
United
the
instead of
question,
Chelsea, and I'm
To
asking.
kind of spin it
What?
back, guys.
I'm sorry. What are you talking
Yeah.
about, Bilal?
Max,
If
tell
I-
him again, Bilal.
I would
Tell him
sign
again,
for
Bilal.
Man.
We just test this. What did he say?
Listen, if I had the two options, Man United or Chelsea, I'm going Man United as a player. Like
Alex,
listen,
tell him. Alex,
good.
Alex,
That's
talk
cute.
to this guy. Alex,
That's what
talk
I'm
to
doing.
him, man. Alex.
I tell him, Bilal, I'll big you up on that one, man.
No, listen,
That's cute, man.
Manchester
that's
United.
wanna play for a proper
huge.
club,
Peter,
man.
that is cute, right?
That's cute. That's real cute. It's real adorable. Look at this. Good for you, man.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I like
Oh
these
my
two
God.
teams when they challenge for the fourth position in the league next year. That would be great.
I know
All right,
your
respect us
team.
for finishing third. All
I
right.
get onto him, by the way. He's a Conte fan, so he thinks Tottenham are finishing third. I think
Oh.
maybe.
I actually think Tottenham is going to be closer than anybody thinks because I think Liverpool will drop down a bit. I think.
Thank you, Alex.
I don't. It's not because I love Tottenham or Conte. I can stand them both, but it's just my personal view. I think Manchester City is gonna. I want to see how they adjust because they went for the striker that what Pep did it before, like what he did with Thierry Henry did not suited him. That when he went for other striker did not Zlatan did not suited him. I think that striker is not the typical striker Pep likes. So we'll see how it goes with Man City with that.
You know what?
As
It's
a matter of fact,
interesting with that,
Sterling would have made better sense to keep it to play with the guy than anybody else on that who left in that team. That's number one. Number two, Liverpool. Liverpool still did not improve the main key area, and I'm not talking about the guy that keeps hitting the airplanes after
or the buckets like Kai Havertz, right?
30,000 feet. That new striker that they have. That
The super hat trick guy. Super hat trick.
4 goals, man.
You're
4
talking
goals.
about super hat trick.
By the way, I'm saying the weakness is Thiago. The weakness is Thiago. They cannot click is good without the guy in the team. And the guy is, you think Pulisic is injury prone? That guy is warming up on the training ground and gets off the game. Like that's the weakness of Liverpool, the midfield. So we'll see how it goes. But I think if especially if Conte gets out of the competition, Championship League competition in the first couple of rounds, forget about it.
Before we move on, we got 125 people here, guys. Guys, hit that like button if you just dropped in. Help us to get more crowd. Help us to expand. We're trying to get the content going. Help us. It's an easy, free thing to do. Just hit that like button. If you're new here to the channel, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, the notification, so you get notified if we go live. And we're waiting for you. As Kas says, the ratio king people. Hit that like button if you want to help us a little bit. Kas, over to you, my friend, with all this.
I was gonna. I'm not backing. I'm not backing Pep or anything like that, or City at that. No, actually, I am. Even as a Man United fan, the difference is, Haaland likes getting behind. Everyone knows he's got an engine to get him behind, right? So what they've done here now, their wingers now are more inside forwards. You could say they like to cut inside. They like to create this space. They're going to create more overload. You got De Bruyne and you got Gundogan to go in behind as well, to run in behind, etc., etc. So what they've done now is they got rid of Zinchenko, right? Comes inside, can play as a midfielder, all sorts. You got Cancelo, could do it all anyways. You got Kyle Walker, could do it all anyways. With Cucurella, he could probably come inside. I don't doubt his ability, but he's going to tug that touchline a lot more. So now you got two. Now not only have you got three creators, you got Rodri can ping a ball, De Bruyne doing De Bruyne stuff, whipping it whenever he goes wide right, keeping the width, doesn't matter. Or you got someone as a midfielder going in behind. Haaland, don't expect Haaland to receive the ball and do this false nine role that people think. Don't be surprised if you see Haaland just lurking on the back of the defenders, and then you got the width in Kyle Walker or Cancelo, and then maybe Cucurella if they do come in and keeping the width for all times. The thing is, as we got to remember this, we can't doubt Pep. It's like when people always doubting Ronaldo.
We're not doubting Pep.
No, but I get it. It's going to be a different system. Who knows what's going to happen? It might work. It might not work. Alvarez looks like he's going to be a good player. I can't lie. They play City play Bayern in 20 minutes, and Haaland starts right.
Let me just add to what Kas just said. Let me just add. When they got Ibrahimovic, Barcelona in 2010 from Inter, and he saw it didn't work. I know that Zlatan will come out and say he had the Ferrari and he didn't use it, all this thing. He didn't suit Pep's style. He sold him the year after. He loaned him out to Milan. He was like, I know what? It doesn't work for my system. Go to the bench. I don't care. And they paid 60 million plus Eto'o for Inter for that. And he benched him second half of the season, even though he scored, because he didn't fit the way he wanted to play. And he loaned him out to Milan the year after. Pep is like this. If Haaland doesn't work, it doesn't matter. He won't cry over him because they didn't pay that much for him.
Well, ask City fans. City fans saying that's not a Pep. That's for the first time they see a signing that's not Pep signing. By saying that City fans saying it's not a Pep signing.
City are changing the way they play now.
But I know what Pep. One thing is good that what was better than a previous situation. He is still young and younger than any other big strikers were before. You can teach the young guy what you want. And Haaland, if he's smart enough, he will do it. But if he has an attitude, he won't. Those guys already big names before that. Haaland is a big name, but he's still a young player. So I just want to see if he wants to be that, if he will take it on the chin and try to be what Pep wants him to be, or he will say like Lukaku, either my way or I'm going to eat pizza.
Bilal, can we switch a little bit to the defense because of the Kounde thing? Because his friend just dropped a massive hint that he's actually going to Barcelona. It's 99%. Went to Barcelona. It's Kounde's friend, one of his close friends. But so I want to go to the defense because we're talking about Kounde and all this stuff, and we'll go away from Chelsea, from Man City. About the defense, are you gonna Gabriel, Ben White, Saliba? Who's gonna start? Because it looks like Saliba is coming and he's claiming that spot. Are you gonna bench Gabriel, or because Gabriel was the one that all of you Arsenal fans last season said he is Diaz, Van Dijk, Rudiger's level. You guys were saying this. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying based on the spaces, based on the like the podcast, and everybody's saying Gabriel is supposed to be top 5 center backs in the world right now. Are you? But now I'm hearing Arsenal fans talking about if he goes, we're not gonna cry. How's this work? Who's gonna play, and who do you want to play?
Well, my opinion is, but if you look at Arsenal last season, I'd say during the top 4 battle, Arsenal in the top 4 for a really long time, and the reason was because of Tierney and Tomiyasu and Partey playing that defensive mid. So these 3 players are key players in that team. So of course, if Partey, there's not really a backup for him. If he ever goes injured or suspended, that's a big problem for Arsenal.
I was going to come on to your DM situation as well.
But Tierney,
I'm not saying about Virgil. I'm not saying about Ben White. I was saying about Gabriel.
Yeah, we'll get onto that. So Tierney, Tomiyasu, I say these 2. I'm not even counting them to start most games, to be honest, this season. What I think we're going to see is Zinchenko playing left back, Gabriel centre back, Saliba right centre back, and you're going to have Ben White playing right back this season, inverted. Whoa. I think that's what you're going to end up seeing a lot in this season coming up.
It would make sense. That could make a lot of sense since that's what Tomiyasu does. I reckon maybe Ben White could do that role.
Ben
but
White is
I
not as
reckon-
good on the ball. He's not as good.
Oh
on the ball.
no. Ben White is a very good ball playing player. Very good on the ball.
Like last
So
season,
he-
I didn't see him as good as Gabriel. I thought Gabriel was better on the ball with the left
Gabriel's
foot.
underrated. Gabriel's underrated. People make it out like he can't pass or ping a ball. Gabriel can. His passing range is very decent, in my opinion. Just because he doesn't look as refined sometimes as a Ben White, for example. I'd say, yeah, because his size and everything. But as I said, I do think we're going to see that Gabriel-Saliba partnership. And I think Saliba, this boy is special. Like, honestly, 21 years old. I can't think of another centre-back his age this advanced, if you understand what I mean. And yeah, as I said,
it would be perfect for Chelsea. Yeah, maybe.
No chance.
Who?
Saliba. Yeah.
Why? He's on a last year contract. Chelsea coming in and snatch him.
They're gonna give him a new contract.
They did it to Hutchinson. This guy, I heard about Hutchinson last year.
Yeah, no,
now he's just gone to Chelsea. And now he's just gone to Chelsea to upgrade his future, man. I don't blame him personally, innit? I feel like Chelsea's got a very good academy. I think they got a better academy than Arsenal's. I can see it.
Chelsea are very good at the loan system, the academy. Even if you don't play for Chelsea's first team, how many players have Chelsea produced that play at the top level? And I think Hutchinson, I heard someone say that he was at Chelsea before, and I know he's a Chelsea fan anyway. You know what I mean? He's a Chelsea fan.
He was,
so, yeah. So obviously he's been at Arsenal, and Arsenal just signed Marquinhos as well. This guy from Sao Paulo, right winger as well, his position. And Saka's, he's probably looking at that situation thinking, why have they gone and signed another right winger? He was on the bench last season for Arsenal, didn't really get a chance. It happens sometimes. And I think even with Tariq Lamptey is a good example at Chelsea. We know how good he was. We saw the talent, but he just saw his pathway was a bit blocked at Chelsea and moved on. Livramento, same thing as well. So yeah.
Well, that's the reason why you can get two top quality players in the same position when they're both young.
Yeah,
that's
when
why
they're
Livramento
really young,
and Reece James is never gonna work. One had like Livramento just did not want to challenge James. James is king of the world right now on the.
I swear down, if we get rid of Ethan Laird, I want Livramento at all costs. At all costs.
We have the buyback clause next season, so
I think he picked up an injury.
That's why. To be honest,
in April.
Yeah,
I thought Chelsea were meant to get that Klaus, and it looks like he's going to Marseille now. So who is your backup right wing back now? Because you can't have a situation like last season.
JFK.
Who's that? Oh, Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy, he's not right. He's not.
You guys know Kennedy is 28 years old, and it looks like Kennedy every time he plays, and we talk about him, he's like acting like he's 21 years old. The guy's at the end of his career, and he's still coming from
28. 28 at the end of his career. That's the best
28. 28 is very old.
Someone
who gets on loan.
Chelsea have too many of these players, man. Lewis Bakers and all of these sort of players are just like on the books at Chelsea forever. But Lucas Piazon was the best example. Who was there for how long?
Who said Livramento wants to go back to Chelsea though? Is he going to start with Reece James? Is stuff he's going to think about?
Now
we have a buyback clause for him though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it kicks in next summer for 25 mil.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I hope Man United come in for that.
But we don't Arsenal, what are you guys going to do about Saliba and all these? Go ahead, Kas.
Yeah.
You know what? We might as well take a little 30-second break to announce these lovely people. Guys, in the description, if you press more, you will find Bilal's channel. You will find his socials, along with Alex and Peter and Mo. Please go have a look at them. They are very, very good people. And not just that, they're good at what they do. They're good at talking about their clubs, and they have relative opinions about your clubs and others. Doesn't matter who you support, you can have an opinion about anybody you like. I thought that would be a little commercial break. Make sure you smash a like if you haven't. 71 likes and counting. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, let's continue. Who's on about?
Arsenal. About the amount of people Arsenal defense and Arsenal coming back. People coming back in the squad now. Like, what do you do about holding Mare, Bellerin, all these players that are coming back?
So this is the problem with Arsenal now. The squad is over bloated. There's too many. Like the other day against Orlando, like the team that played that first half, at least 8 of them should be sold really on a permanent deal. Mare, Bellerin, Holding. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He's English. He does stuff with the squad. He's not a great player. Sometimes
he'll help when Saliba already signed a contract, so I can see it. Liar.
Yeah, Saka's got. Bro,
Arsenal.
Don't be surprised if Saka leave. Saka will leave for Chelsea, or he would leave for Liverpool or Man City. It's gonna happen, man.
Look,
That's what I think.
look,
But
you guys are
agree about
wishing. You
Saliba
wish.
thing.
You
I agree.
wish.
I agree with Keenan about Saliba thing. I think Saliba is gonna sign a contract like
Saliba and Saka will both sign. Arsenal are not investing
Saka
all of
is
this
gonna
money.
be
into
part-
trying
Saka
to sell
maybe.
players.
Saka
Saka
maybe.
will be the part
not
of
a maybe.
what's his name? Jesus deal to
Saka
City.
maybe.
No. Listen, Saka and
Jesus
Saliba,
went to
these guys are
Arsenal,
signing.
and Pep was like, next season, 10th season, Saka back. I'll give you.
There was a report yesterday about Arsenal offering doubling Bukayo Saka's money. You know, at Arsenal,
we're
he's going to
gonna
be one
pay
of the
him
highest
60.
paid players. No. He's going to be. He's apparently on 70,000 right now. He'll be on 140,000,
Double
probably
is
plus bonuses.
140. Pep
Yeah, so
will
be on
come and
140.
give him 200, and he's like, "Yay,
Yeah,
life is good
listen,
again."
and also Nketiah.
I gotta step out,
Nketiah-
guys. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. Nketiah's contract at Arsenal as well, and Saka, they both share the same agent. So Nketiah got a big contract as well. Don't be surprised, because this, you got to rub the agent, you know, the right way. But yeah, Saka and Saliba, 100%, man, they're gonna sign new long-term deals. There's no, like, Arsenal's whole project, you know, stuff. If Saka leaves tomorrow, it's gone. Like, all of that
No,
talk is
what's
gone.
on 40k? He's on 40k. He's gonna have to triple that money, man. He deserves that 150.
Yeah,
if I'm
no.
being
The
honest.
report
He's on
yesterday
one
that
and
I
two.
saw, very reliable. He's on 70,000, gonna be offered about 140,000 now.
That's not
5-year
enough.
deal.
That's not
That's
enough.
it.
It is enough for
Not
Nana. It is
enough.
enough for now.
It's not enough.
He's 20 years
Yeah.
old.
Listen,
it is enough. Liverpool
doesn't
wouldn't
matter.
pay him more than that.
It's not
The
enough.
only teams that will pay him more than
If
that is Man
Kurt
City and
Zuma
Chelsea.
makes 200k at West Ham,
Yeah.
if Kurt Zuma makes 200k at West Ham, Saka has to be more than that. This is it's to be honest, he is one of the best right wingers in the league. You cannot just say 150. I'm sorry.
Can I raise
His
a
next
point about-
in 2 years, after he signs this deal, he'll probably be on 200,000.
Bilal, can I
you're
raise a
not
point, though?
you're not gonna put him on that right now. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with some Jadon Sancho type contract at Man United, where the guy's earning stupid money
Peter,
at
go
a
ahead.
young age.
Peter,
Can I
go
raise
ahead.
a point real quick? So Saka's got 2 years left, right?
Putting this on slow mode.
No coincidence. He's got 2 years left. So this year and next year, right? So 2024 is when his deal runs out. Same thing for Mount and Reece James. Do you think at all one of those three would be looking at what the other ones are getting and as like a reference point for their next deal? Because I feel like a lot of young players, especially with how tight the England camp seems to be and how good in terms of relations these guys seem to have off the pitch, I would personally be very surprised if Saka settled for 140k a week as his next deal.
I think it'd be 140k basic, and then there's obviously bonuses. You know,
If he does,
I remember Aubameyang used to have like a £50,000 goal bonus in his contract. So every time he scored a goal, he's getting 50,000 extra.
For me personally, like, I don't think you're getting Mount and Reece to sign anything that's not like pushing 200k, including bonuses every week. I don't think you're getting that. It doesn't seem.
Peter, I think Saka has 1 year left, not 2. I think someone
No,
said in the comment.
2 years left. No,
2 years left. Okay, just correct. Okay.
Guys,
Go on.
I just wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these young players look at each other, right, in terms of like contracts to kind of determine like the market. Because like we're in this age where we have a bunch of talented younger British players, right, British-based players, and they're kind of being over relied upon to a degree.
Yeah.
So I understand not wanting to give Saka the bag too early, but like Mo said, like agendas and all that stuff aside, he's one of the best right wing players in the Premier League. I can say that. Whatever, he's one of the best wide players in the Premier League. You know, so it's like I hear it. You don't want to give him
numbers.
Too much.
Don't lie, man. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, double figures in assists and goals.
I don't think Foden.
Like, as much as I personally don't rate Mason Mount like that, he did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's going to be our player if he wins player of the season again this year, that'll be 3 years in a row. How can you look at somebody like that and not give them the money? Like, yes, they're young, but if they're earning the money, you got to pay them the money, especially like on the free market. You know, there's like a Manchester City. I'm not saying either.
But you know what the problem is, Peter? You know what the problem is? Everybody's learning from Dele Alli's situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's learning from that situation. They offered him a contract.
Well.
He signed He signed the contract and then flopped because too much pressure, too much money, a lot of press on you because you get paid that much. You have to perform every game now. It's not like highlights. You can't just play a game and drop a game. It's now you're the superstar of this team. You're the highest earner in the team. You got to deliver every game. And these kids, the pressure gets to them, in my opinion. It's a big deal.
Mo, would you not agree? Like, Saka Mount, and Reece have been kind of carrying the torch in more different circumstances to what Dele Alli did prior to getting that big contract. Like, yes, Dele Alli was great for that period. He played next to a Harry Kane. He played next to a Christian Eriksen. Also, like, I understand he was great and that team was great. They're still Tottenham. Now you're dealing with bigger, like, environments, more pressure-packed environments like Chelsea and Arsenal. Yeah, we've got a team as for the fifth standout for Chelsea. We've got a confirmed.
I'm literally having a look. I'm literally having a look now as well. I'll clear now.
Yeah,
So
you announced it. Arsenal's one's out as well. Yeah,
I can read you the Chelsea team.
Go on, read out the Chelsea one.
All right,
I can't see it. Why can I not see it?
Mendy in goal, Reece James, Trevoh Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Emerson, Conor Gallagher, Jorginho, Mason Mount, Sterling, Havertz, and Werner. So we look to go 4-2-3-1 today.
Yeah,
what it looks like to me.
That's interesting.
I'm not surprised. It's more because Koulibaly's on the bench for the first time as a Chelsea player, but it's more just kind of like managing fitness, and we want to get like a coherent team together. On the bench, we've got Bettinelli, Sharman Lowe, our academy keeper, Marcus Alonso, Aspilicueta, Ben Chilwell, Ethan Ampadu, Koulibaly, Malang Sarr, Mateo Kovacic, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech, and Batshuayi.
Yeah,
so I'm not seeing much right now. Yeah, go on, share the Arsenal one right now. If you can read it out for the guys. I'm just trying to find it. Why is it not on official Twitter? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's on Arsenal's official one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's in the I see it now. I see it. Oh, Zinchenko starts.
Yeah. Is he that defense as well? That's what I was talking about. Like the defense, if you can get it up.
Cool.
Like,
I'm gonna get
the
back. I can get up. Do you want me to put a ticker down the bottom and scroll it across, or do you want me to actually share it? What do you guys want?
Let's share it and talk about the formation.
Yeah. Share about the share.
All right, cool. I'll share it then. All right, then I'll do Chelsea's one straight afterwards. So for Arsenal, here we go. Can people see this?
Yeah, there we go.
Arsenal's lineup.
So tell me how they're gonna play, Bilal. Tell me how they're gonna play.
So exactly what I've been thinking Arsenal going to end up lining up like. Ramsdale and goal, of course. You've got White and Zinchenko playing the fullback positions. They'll be tacking inside probably, playing more inverted, helping the midfield, trying to control the game. Saliba and Gabriel will be them two guys at the back, of course, holding it down, trying to play a high line at times. And yeah, Partey as well. So it's like a 2-3-5 pretty much in attack. And then Xhaka, he'll be trying to play that more advanced role and on the left side as well. So that's a good thing about Xhaka in this system. He's not as exposed, as he is in the past, playing in 4-2-3-1, where he's one of the main pivots in the team. We've got Odegaard, of course, he'll be playing the more advanced right centre mid role, floating around there, probably linking.
Going all out, isn't it? This is pretty much. This is what you're going to see. This might be similar to what you might see in the league.
Yeah, exactly. And the season starts in 2 weeks now, so it kind of.
What is this? A 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1?
It's a
4-2-1-3. 4-2-1-3.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I'd look at it. 4-1-2-3.
No. This is a 4-1-3. 2 pivots, 1 behind the forwards, and 3 up top. 2 wingers and 1 striker.
Yeah, but the reason I say 4-1-2-3 is because I say 4-1-2-3, as in 1 DM, 2 advanced.
You're not being too technical. So 4-3-3 then.
Yeah, 4-3-3, pretty much. Yeah.
You think that Xhaka is going to play next to Odegaard?
Yeah, no. Normally, what Xhaka's been doing since last season, he's been playing that left centre mid role, and he's been helping Partey, yes, but when in possession, he gets very high up the pitch. That's why Arsenal are linked with the likes of Tielemans, linked with the likes of Paqueta. That's the reason. It's because that's not his role, really, and he can't 100% do that role. But if you've got a Tielemans, you've got a Paqueta, they can play that advanced position a lot better. And Partey, he's shown he's more than capable enough to play a single pivot by himself. But that's a problem. As I said, Arsenal are reliant on a few positions in the team that if Partey ever got injured, Arsenal have to switch now to probably a 4-2-3-1, if that makes sense. Like 2 solid, double pivots to help each other. And yeah, of course, you have the attack, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. And yeah, these 3 will Jesus especially, he'll just be rotating across the front 3 pretty much. He's got the freedom to play literally wherever he wants. And I think he really enjoys, having that unpredictability, because he can play out wide anyway in the first place. So yeah, that's the team. And I don't know if you have Chelsea's team up there.
I'm gonna literally get Chelsea's team up in 2 seconds.
Before we move on, you know what, Bilal? I'll be honest with you. If you get Tielemans in that lineup for Xhaka, I think this starting lineup, and maybe Tomiyasu starts for Ben White,
Yeah.
I think you have a very competitive team. Very, very, very competitive team. If they can keep these players healthy and they play like that, what you said, because Tielemans is a great number 8 box-to-box midfielder. That would be great signing for you, because they're looking at this, everything looks great. I think you're only one midfielder away from actually having everything that Arteta wants, and players that move the ball around, fullbacks that can fly, everything, to be honest. So this is...
Yeah, that was my unbiased opinion. Not unbiased to an extent, obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but it's still unbiased. When I was watching Arsenal and Tottenham, Chelsea last season, and when everyone was fully fit in every team, Arsenal were playing really good football, really dominant in possession. And if Arsenal can keep their first 11, first 15 fit, I think they've got a good chance of doing something this season.
Well, all right. So we're looking at the squads. Peter, take us through the squads a little bit again. It looks like Conor Gallagher looks like in this he's going to be playing in maybe, is this a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? I think this might be a 4-3-3.
Peter, talk to us, Peter. Talk to the
it's going to see Georgie. We're going to see Gallagher next to Jorginho potentially, or is it going to be Mount next to him?
It's going to be Gallagher next to Jorginho with Mount ahead of them. Probably Sterling off the left, Werner on the right, and Havertz through the middle.
Okay.
Like I suppose we could see a 4-2-2 with Mount and Sterling either side of Havertz and Werner, but I don't think we're going to see that. So short of like Chalobah, Emerson, and Conor Gallagher, these are pretty much our strongest available team that we have. You see Koulibaly, Kovacic, and Chilwell on the bench there. Those would be in those places if we were playing a Premier League game today, most likely, right? But we started the last game. We used the whole wingbacks thing. We did that. It's good that Tuchel's tinkering with something different. I expect to see these guys get 45 and everybody on the bench get 45, something like that. I think it's good that Arsenal and Chelsea both started pretty strong teams. It would be kind of a waste of time.
Oh my God.
What's up?
I like this comment. Gallagher may be at wing back by any chance.
Nope.
So who play left centre back?
No. Think about it. Jorginho Mount in the middle. Sterling. The way it's all right. If this is a 4-2-3-1, I feel like we would have seen maybe Havertz at where Werner is. Where it's the way it's set up. But to me, that's either because if that was a 4-2-3-1, right, we would have seen Gallagher, Jorginho. Mount would have been where Sterling was. That's what I'm thinking. Now I look at it as a 5. James, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Emerson, and Gallagher. Emerson playing a left centre-back role, maybe gives a little bit of speed cover for Gallagher, cuts inside. Jorginho Mount in the middle, time, Sterling and Werner out wide. If
they wanted to play wing-backs, they could have taken out Werner and just put in Alonso or put in Chilwell.
Okay.
Ampadu's on the bench as well. That's an interesting one as well.
Ampadu's on the bench because Ampadu and Gallagher handled the second half on Wednesday. And for any of you who saw the match, they didn't exactly cover themselves in glory. I kind of like Tuchel not playing Jorginho and Kovacic together for this game, so you don't have to deal with 45 minutes of Ampadu and Gallagher trying to hold down midfield. Because I like them, but you don't want to send your academy kids into positions to fail, And I think Jorginho and Kovacic have played enough football together at this point where I don't feel like they really need preseasons together. They've been playing together for 4 years. They'll be fine. If we
So go
to
ahead,
be honest,
Kas, but I want to really compare something here based on what Peter just said. If we remove Chalobah and put Koulibaly, and maybe remove Everson and put Chilwell there, and remove Gallagher and put Kovacic, I still think Arsenal has a better starting lineup.
Really?
That's what I think as well. To be honest, that's what I think.
Really?
I'm neutral. I do not trust that front line. I still don't trust him to create enough. I don't trust him to create enough chances. And to be honest, having Koulibaly and Thiago Silva, I'm sorry, is slow in a back four. He is slow in a back four.
It might be, maybe.
Age don't lie, Kas. He is 37, going 38. He cannot sustain that speed in the Premier League and a back four. He is great as a sweeper in back three. That's because he reads the game. He is so good at this. But in a back four, you really need someone who can recover because
maybe I don't know. I feel like he's got some good players around him to cover, man. Whether it's Emerson's very fast, I don't know. I feel like we've doubted Thiago Silva a little bit, maybe. But I don't know. I can see where you're coming from. No, age does play a factor. Speed does play a factor in a back four. Well, I think this might be. I'm looking at it again the Chelsea. I'm looking at, so it's down in the ticker at the bottom, and maybe that is a 4-3-3. I feel like you're going to see 2 4-3-3s. Gallagher, Mount, advanced eights, Jorginho there, Emerson. I think it will be, or it could be when defending, it turns into a 4-2-3-1 potentially. Maybe that kind of bracket. We're gonna wrap this up very soon, by the way. But guys, 150 of you in here, please smash a like. So it helps the channel out big time. Get your opinions in. Do subscribe. So big up to all the new subscribers as well. Be sure to check out our description if you want to see more of Bilal. If you want to see more of Petros' opinions on Twitter, he's on Carefree Lewis's channel all the time with and obviously big up what's his name, Flawless as well, and obviously big up Alex, who's just not here right now, and obviously Mo's an Inter Milan fan. So everyone that is here, Mo is a neutral fan with a secret little Conte Tottenham thing going on, you know, a little bit. That's why he's wearing white.
Now.
But right now, anyways. But I don't know where Kante is. Maybe just
he's injured.
Maybe he's not going to come.
He's injured.
No, he's not allowed on the tour because he's not.
Someone said as well, Bilal.
Yeah, but
Tierney and Tomiyasu are both injured as well. Shock.
Yeah, shock horror. Tomiyasu at this point, Tomiyasu is one I'm even more worried about than Tierney, because Tierney gets these injuries, but he does play. You will get like a few months out of Tierney, at least during the season. But Tomiyasu, since you know what it is with Tomiyasu, the guy is immense. You know, I watched him live. Like, just see, the guy is an absolute beast, man. But the problem is, like, he just gets injured. He just gets injured after one game. Like, I don't know what's happening with him. But luckily, Arsenal, they've got this youngster that's come up through the ranks in the last few games. His name's Ruel Walters. Keep an eye on him. I think he'll get a lot of minutes.
I've seen that name earlier. I saw that name earlier.
Very good player. Very good player. I think he was actually at Tottenham's academy when he was younger. Heard that he actually quit football for 2 years and he's come back in. He's only 17 years old. Very good player. Played all across the back four right now during preseason. Both footed, quick. Very big as well for his age. Like, he's massive. Even in the pictures you see. So yeah, keep an eye on him. I think he'll get some good minutes this year. And with White, maybe him, Tomiyasu when he is fit, I think the right back position for Arsenal should be good. But I just want to ask a question to the Chelsea guys. Thomas Tuchel, are you guys not worried about his, like, it seems lack of ability to coach attackers? Like, how many attackers are failing at Chelsea right now? And I don't think Sterling will fail. But let's say Sterling isn't at his best that we've seen at Man City and Liverpool. There's going to start being even more question marks about Thomas Tuchel. Because defensively, yes, Chelsea, there was a point where Chelsea, they were shutting teams down. It was a clean sheet every single game. But then the attack wasn't really attacking. And then when the defense started going as well towards the end of last season, you know, we started seeing that Chelsea were, I know there's circumstances that you guys have explained with the sanctions, all of that. But what do you think about Tuchel attacking wise as a coach?
How many permanent signings has Tuchel made in charge of Chelsea?
I'm not too sure. You're gonna have to tell me and remind me.
The answer is 3, right? One of them's Lukaku. That didn't work out. Fair enough. One of them is Raheem Sterling's not played a competitive minute. One of them is Koulibaly. He's sitting on the bench for the first time. Man has made 3 permanent signings.
Yeah, you got to think about PSG and Dortmund as well, man. Aubameyang was firing under him. He was playing the back 4 as well, I believe, at Dortmund before he went to
Dortmund was good.
If we want to say that Tuchel can't coach attackers because he can't get the current crop of attackers, which also got the previous manager fired, to a level to where we can seriously compete for domestic leagues, then fair enough. But if we're going to allow other managers the time to build squads the way they want to, and to get the tools they want to try things out their way, then that same courtesy should also be applied to Thomas Tuchel. So before we come with sweeping generalizations, maybe like give him the resources and give him the actual time to figure it out. Because these same players, Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Pulisic, helped get Lampard fired. I don't think Lampard's a good coach. I think he was going to get fired anyways. But these same players, most of them were there. Right?
Yeah, man. I agree. I kind of agree.
If we want to limit him to working with these tools, and if we're only going to judge his entire coaching career off what he can do with these tools, then sure, he can't coach attackers. Cool. But like, he's been coaching since 2011. I don't like this narrative that is sprouting up. We've given Arteta the time and grace to build a team in his image. Jurgen Klopp got the same.
500 million.
He's gotten the same time and patience. Conte is getting tools that he wants. on top of having like world-class attacking players to work with already. Give Tuchel the time before we judge him. That's what I'm saying.
So really and truly, I know the situation at Chelsea has changed now. Roman's gone, and Roman was that guy. He was always pushing for Chelsea to win real titles. So as a Chelsea fan now, are you happy with being in that bracket of like an Arsenal and a Man United who are like the process? We're gonna back the manager and try and see what he's gonna do. And would you be happy if he continued with the three at the back for another 2 seasons? Let's say building a team to play that kind of three at the back, where it is maybe a little bit more cagey, a little bit more reactive, and not being as proactive as Man City have shown. When you play that dominant football, and Liverpool, that's when you start doing stuff in the Premier League.
I don't see why I'm not as upset about this formation. Like, I know you've probably not seen the content that I do or heard me speak on it, right? This might be your first.
I'll check it out. Don't worry. I'll check it out.
Yeah, but like, I don't think the shape you set up a team in determines your attacking or defensive potential. The tools you have available and how they fit together determines that. You can play negative and play with 4 at the back. You can play really positive, proactive football and have wingbacks, right? The tools that you have available to you are what are going to determine how successful you are, right? So people saying, oh, this football is boring, we should do this, guys, if we don't get players that our manager is comfortable with, why are we just going to switch for the sake of switching, right? At the end of the day, the formation, the setup we currently use allowed us to win a Champions League. We can say with our attacking players, they're a bit limited. We can also say they're also just maybe not to the level required of where we want to be and all of these things. But uprooting a foundation to put in another one that might not actually take us forward doesn't make any sense, right? Like, so for me, I don't care what we use as long as our coaching staff gets the tools they want and then uses them however they think they should be used. Because what I've seen from him and what I've seen from our current coaching staff, they know a lot more than we do, and they're able to coach these players to perform roles in high leverage moments. We went to the Bernabeu and we had Marcus Alonso and Loftus-Cheek as our wingbacks because we had no one really else available, right?
Yeah.
And we played well. We lost, but like stuff like that happened. So I'm not going to sit here and cry if we play 3-4-3 for 6 more months. I don't mind it. I have no issue with it. I actually kind of like the football we play because under Lampard, everything was a basketball game.
Yeah.
We were always in 5-on-3 and defensive transition. We were creating a bunch of chances. We were conceding all types of goals. Like, it's clearly that football, while it may be exciting and there may be like, the funny thing is we didn't even score more goals in Lampard's full season than we did last season, but whatever. Yeah. Like, it might be exciting, but like in terms of competing, you need to be able to exhibit control. And where City and Liverpool just blow teams away and score 100 across the season, last year we scored 76. And that used to be enough in the Premier League. It's not enough anymore, right? But like we might get there, we might not. But just I don't like this conversation that a lot of other fans like to have with Chelsea fans, like where they kind of go against the points they make to defend their own manager. Like if mine can't get time and resources and patience, why should I give that to anyone? When we're seeing the fruits of City and Liverpool giving their managers time and patience, we should be allowed to try and go in that direction. It might not work. It might not. He might be the wrong guy for the job. But I don't think after 3 full signings, 3 like permanent signings and a Saul loan signing and an ownership change between his first and second full season, I don't think we have enough information to say either way. So we might as well just wait and see and just be actually patient. Like, we're not going to win the Prem anyways. We're not. So I don't know why people are stressing about stuff so much.
Neither Arsenal either, man. All right, guys in here, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more content. This is a generic football channel. It's not Man United based. It's not Chelsea based. It's not Arsenal based. It's nothing. It's all the top 6 and more pretty much that's relevant. So we always got stuff coming out, even Man City stuff. If you know Daps, you'll see a lot of Daps on here. You'll see Tapping Tobes on here. You'll see Saeed. You'll see Big Steve, Deluded Gunnar, and so forth and so forth. They're all involved and many more. Daps, Tyrone, me, Mo, so forth and so forth. I want to know people's predictions. Before we do end up wrapping up soon, I reckon there's going to be a few watch-alongs. I think Lewis might be doing one if he isn't too hungover. Or Matisse. Obviously, we're going to give it about 10 minutes. So I want people to get their questions in for the guys. And also, I want you to get in your predictions. I want to start all the predictions. But do get your questions in, and well, let's go for predictions for today's game. What we saying? I see one already in there. King's Football Show saying 3-1 Arsenal. What about you two? What's your realistic? I'm gonna go for 2-2. I reckon it goes to penalties.
That's a good shout. I'll go 3-2 Arsenal. I think both teams will concede. It's pre-season. I think most of the time goals are going in, and yeah, I think it'll be a fun game. Be strong challenges. So yeah, I'll go 3-2 Arsenal.
Big up. Are we running a poll, by the way, Peter? I'm gonna sell what people have done in the poll. It's been nearly 250 votes. Arsenal 52%, Chelsea on 40%, 8% penalties. So it is quite, narrow, you could say, considering it's been 250. But what about you, Peter? What are we saying?
I think we'll lose on pens again, and our fans will be irrationally upset.
This is big, isn't it? This game is big. Even though it's pre-season, this is actually a big game for just for the fans, I think, because apparently Man United is just pre-season. Where you getting that, Javier? But Liverpool fans saying, "Is this pre-season?" But when Timo Nunes decides to score 4 goals, even though 3 of them are absolutely rubbish, apparently it doesn't matter now. It's great for his confidence, this, that, and the other. Who are you now? Like, oh, okay. But yeah, man. So what are we saying, Peter? Then you saying you can lose on penalties?
We'll lose in pens, but I'll be happy with that as long as Sterling scores.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I don't care.
What about you, Mo?
I think this game, to be honest, it just matters for Chelsea more than Arsenal. Way more for Chelsea more than Arsenal. But I think Arsenal are gonna maybe win this game by a small margin, 2-1, 3-2, or something like this. But I really don't care who wins, but I want Chelsea to struggle a little bit up top because I want them to go hard for a forward. The problem is if they win, or if they win 2-1, 3-1, and they score a couple of goals, the board and everybody will be like, yeah, we're comfortable with Havertz up top. Timo Werner is good enough. And then comes the season, they're like, we didn't challenge because our board didn't sign a forward. I want them to struggle today, so the board will be forced to at least get a forward in, so we'll see a good Chelsea. Because I think Chelsea, if they get a forward, I think it will change all the narratives about Chelsea. Because this is the beginning of the season last year when Chelsea signed Lukaku, everybody was tipping Chelsea actually to win the league. Some of the people said that he was the missing piece, the forward. They didn't know that he's going to stink like this. But I think I want Chelsea to struggle this game for the sake of Chelsea fans in the middle of the season, because I don't want excuses that we didn't sign a forward or our forward did an interview and he's not performing. I don't want that.
I'm very interested to see Chelsea's midfield. I want to see how their midfield looks because I'm not convinced, to be honest, about some of their midfield options. And Kante, Jorginho, as great as they've been, what year is it now of these two? And last year, a little bit of a decline, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm very interested to see.
Pick up a gal in the comments as well, man. Yeah, it's interesting. This is it's very good midfield. I like how you highlighted that as well, Bilal. The midfield battle: Jorginho, Gallagher, Mount. It could work. It could work. You got runners. To be fair, you got hard workers around Jorginho. If that's something Jorginho lacks, it's probably runners around him. And so because he can't do it all by himself. Mount's a runner. Gallagher is a runner as well. But I feel like Kante would have been perfect next in a 4-3-3 going forward. So it'd be interesting to see.
Gallagher caused Arsenal serious problems, though. Selhurst Park, like a few months ago, that 3-0 smashing that they battered Arsenal in.
Yeah,
Gallagher was sensational.
He won't be playing as the most advanced midfielder, and Chelsea like he was.
Offside. It's not a goal. Offside. It's not a goal.
Man City fixed it. What Man City?
It's Bayern. Bayern scored this offside.
Oh, Bayern scored an offside goal. Okay. He's
Apparently
about
on
to get
YouTube,
people panicking. What about guys in the comments as well? Get your comments in. Actually, this is interesting. I had this conversation with you, Peter, and feel free to drop your 2 pence as well, Bilal, on this one. Who's getting Declan Rice? Noz, you asked this a lot way earlier, and I get it. Do Chelsea fans want Declan Rice? Do you want Declan Rice? Do you think it's a stupid move for Chelsea? Peter, like, what's your take on this whole scenario? Because I got a feeling you lot are holding out for this man, that for your centre mid option.
Look, we spent almost £100 million on a player that didn't fit into what our manager was allegedly trying to build last summer in terms of how he plays the game of football. It doesn't make sense to repeat that same mistake with somebody like Declan Rice. Let's just be honest. We can say Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic have declined. Can any of you put your hand on your heart and tell me for sure in a progressive, like possession-based system, Declan Rice is better at the base of midfield than any of those three. I don't think you can. Not right now. That's too much money to pay for potential. And that is just too big of an investment for somebody for me who's not going to start every game. Right? I don't get this idea. Like, our fans seem to think he's playing as a lone six if he comes to Chelsea. Guys, the one thing Tuchel has done wherever he's coached, whether it's been 3-4-3 or 4-3-3 in midfield, he's played in a pivot. Or even when he played 4-2-2 at Mainz, he had a midfield pivot. Even if Declan Rice came into Chelsea, he's making a pivot with either Jorginho, Kante, or Kovacic. When he played as a lone six at West Ham when he was 19 in Pellegrini's final days when they were in the relegation zone, it didn't look great. The moment Moyes came back in, he put Fornals next to him, went out and got Souček and put Souček right next to him. You know, like, I don't see why we should spend so much money when we would all admit we probably need a few more players to take on this season. Spending $100 million on a center mid when we've already got 3 center mids, regardless of how you feel about them personally, have all been playing together for 4 years now. Experienced top-level professional center mids. We've got academy kids to kind of fill in the depth minutes, right? You know what I mean? We need another center back, and we have a goal-scoring issue. Surely it would make more sense to use that money to address those positions before we just go and spend $100 million on Declan Rice because our fans like him and he failed out of Cobham when he was 14. But that's just the way I see it. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but spending like $100 million for something like that, no thank you. If I'm going to spend $100 million, I could kind of understand spending it on Lukaku last summer. At least Lukaku is a proven commodity. He's scored 20-plus goals damn near every season for the last decade, right? He's done it in a multitude of systems. He's an experienced player. I get it. You can't sell me on trying to spend $100 million for Declan Rice tomorrow. I'm sorry, you just can't. It doesn't make sense to me.
It don't make sense, but you've got to keep the English regime up, I suppose. Is there anything else anyone would like to add before we wrap this up? Obviously, big up guys in the comments. 2 likes away, by the way. 2 likes, 1 like away from 100. Someone get on your other account and like it. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more of us, we'll be on tomorrow. We got a Q&A tomorrow. If anyone's interested, a question and answers tomorrow. Probably me and Mo again. Probably will run it if he's around, or Daps if he's around as well. So it's all a question and answers thing, or anything you lot like. So yeah, just that will be tomorrow, probably around. I'm gonna say about in the evening times in the UK time. So yeah,
10,
something
10,
nothing too late.
10:30. Yeah, 9.
We'll see how it goes. I know people on Sunday don't really like to come on YouTube too late because everyone's got lives and jobs and so forth. But other than that, anything else anyone like to add? Any questions by the way? Well, I'm just going to say that. Any questions any questions? I'm talking about guys in the comments.
Any questions?
No. Cool. No, good. Keenan says good balance show. Enjoy the panel. Mo with some great questions.
Yeah.
Timo saying great show and big up Peter and Bilal. Eric says like one second account. Big up then, man. If you went on your second account, have you got any big up for you, man? Going to watch Man City, smash Man City. Great stream, guys. All right, big up that then, man. But yeah, so
thank our guests, guys. Like Bilal, Peter, and Alex when he was here. Thank you guys for coming in and then giving your opinion on the show. It's always great to have like opinions from rivals, if we can call you guys rivals, because I think you're going to be next year, in my opinion, for that 4th position. I'm running the agenda of Tottenham taking 3rd, coming close. But thank you both for coming in, and that it was great seeing you here on the channel and having your opinion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, man. Thanks for having us on.
Man. Peter shocked me today. Came with some absolute great answers, if I'm being honest. Nothing too shameless. He doesn't treat this like a Lewis show or anything like that. Or
I talk football if I need to, right? It's just I control and just slander people if I also need to.
Yeah. All their socials and every single person here, as you can see, their socials are in their @s right now that you can see. Go follow them. Follow me on Instagram, or you can follow me on
Twitter. Haaland scored.
Oh my word!
I need to see this.
He actually scored again. Did he score?
Haaland score, people.
Oh, fucking hell. Daps is going to ring me in a minute. Whatever.
It's begun.
Yeah. Oh, it's begun. It's actually begun, hasn't it? It's begun. Yeah. Wow. But yeah, man, it's been a great show. Big up everyone in the comments. And yeah, man, just check everyone's description. Just check the description and you'll find the socials. But it's been your boy Kas, been your boy Mo, Peter, and Bilal, and we're out.